If you've been asking yourself, is 2026 finally the year we buy, or should we sell now or wait? You're not alone, and the December numbers for Windsor Essex County might surprise you. In this video, everything will be broken out into simple language, so by the end, you'll know exactly what this market means for you and your family, whether you're thinking about buying your first home or selling the one you're living in right now. So make sure you stick around to the end because there will be two very clear breakdowns. What this market means for a family looking to buy, what this market means for a family thinking of selling. Plus, there'll be a simple next step that you could take that doesn't lock you into anything. Here's a December 2025 snapshot. What actually happened in December 2025? We had 261 homes were sold in Windsor Essex County. That's down about 6.8% compared to December 2024, when we had 280 homes were sold. At the same time, 459 homes were listed for sale in December, up from 404 a year before. That's about a 13.6% increase in new listing. And the average sale price in December was about $524,000, almost $525,000, which is roughly about 9.6% lower than last December. Looking at the entire year, the average price for 2025 landed around the $568,000, only about 1.6% lower than 2024. So yes, December was softer, fewer sales, more listings, and lower average prices compared to last December. But the full year, much more stable than headlines might make it sound. Local leadership is even calling 2026 a year of stability for the Windsor Essex market rather than big crashes or spikes, and I totally agree with that. So what kind of market is this? In simple terms, there are more homes available and slightly fewer people buying right now. Prices are down from a year ago in December, but over the whole year, they have barely moved. This feels more like a balanced or slightly buyer-leaning market environment, not the frantic seller's market from a few years ago. Think of it like a busy restaurant that calmed down after the dinner rush. There are still people eating, but you actually could sit down, read the menu, make a choice without a server hovering over your shoulder. Now let's talk to you directly, first as a buyer, then as a seller. If you're a family looking to buy, your family has been renting, living in a condo that's too small, or maybe in a starter home that doesn't fit your life anymore, here's what these numbers means for you. More choices, less panic because listings are up, sales are down, there are more options on the market, and a bit less competition. You're less likely to be thrown into a crazy bidding war with the 10 or 15 offers. Homes are not flying off the shelf in one day the way they did back at the peak. This means you can take time to compare neighborhoods, actually book a showing, think about inspection, financing, and conditions without feeling rushed. For family with kids, school, work, and sports schedules, that's breathing room is very huge for you. Prices have cooled, but not crashed. December average price up about $524,000 is notably lower than last December. But when you zoom out to the full year, prices only dip around 1.6%. So what does that mean in real life? You're not buying in a panic peak like 2021-22. You may be able to get a similar home for a lot less than last year December price, especially if you're flexible on the area or property type. Your biggest variable now isn't just price, it's your monthly payment, which is a mix of price and interest rates. How to think about it as a family. Picture your monthly budget on the kitchen table. Instead of asking, can we get the obsolete lowest price? Ask, what payment will actually feel comfortable for a family for the next 5 years? Use this more balanced market to protect your family. Put financing condition in your offers where possible. Ask for an inspection. Don't be afraid to walk away if something feels off. In this market, you're allowed to be picky. You're allowed to think long term, not just win the house at all costs. If your family thinking of selling and you're already home in Windsor Essex County and you're wondering whether it's a smart time to sell in 2026, here's your section. Your equity is still likely strong. Yes, the December average price is down compared to last December, but the full year average only moved down about 1.6%. That tells you we did not see a massive crash in 2025. If you've owned your home for several years, you likely still have significantly equity to work with. So selling now isn't about getting out before it crashes. It's about whether a move to a different home actually improves your family quality of life. You can't overprice and hope anymore. With more listings and fewer sales, buyers have options. Homes that are priced realistically and show well are still selling. Overpriced or poorly presented homes are sitting, getting stale, and sometimes coming off the market unsold. As a family, that means if your plan is let's just list high and see what happens, you could end up stressed out and stuck. If you feel your goal is to actually move bigger yard, better school, closer to work, then smart pricing and preparation matters more than ever in today's market. Trading up or downsizing in this market, here's the part that most people overlook. If you're selling and buying in the same market, the exact average price isn't the whole story. You might sell for a bit less than the absolute peak, but you're also likely buying your next home at a more reasonable price than at the peak. For a growing family moving from a starter home into a long-term forever home, that can be a net positive because the gap between what you sell for and what you buy for can be more manageable. If you're a family looking to buy or sell your home, here's a side-by-side comparison. For a family that wants to buy a home, what December 2025 market is like: more listings, fewer sales, softer December pricing. What to focus on: very comfortable, fitting payment conditions where possible, and taking time to compare your options. For families that are thinking of selling your home, here's what December 2025 market is like. Prices are down slightly year over year in December, but stable over the year. What to focus on: realistic pricing, strong presentation, and attracting serious qualified buyers. And for those of you that are thinking of selling and buying, here's what December 2025 market is like. You're moving within the same overall price environment. What to focus on: the net difference between what you sell for and what you buy for, not just one side. This is less about timing the market and more about timing your life. What should you do next? If you're still watching, it probably means this isn't just interesting to you. You're actually thinking about a move in the next 6 to 12 months. Here's a simple, low-pressure way to move upwards. If you're a buyer, get a clear idea of what price range feels safe, not just what the bank says you could borrow. Start casually touring neighborhoods so you know what's realistic at your budget. If you're a seller, get an honest estimate of your home values in today's market, not last year's. Map out what your next purchase might cost you so you can see the full picture. You don't have to decide everything today, but getting those numbers in front of you takes a lot of anxiety away. And if you want help breaking all of this down for your specific situation, your income, your kids, your neighborhood, your goals, reach out anytime. This can be a quick, no-pressure chat that'll walk you through your options and see whether it makes sense for your family to move in 2026 market, or waiting might actually be the best option for you. If this was helpful, feel free to like the video, subscribe for monthly Windsor Essex County market update, and drop a comment with where you're thinking of buying, selling, or just staying put for now. Either way, you don't have to figure this out all alone, and this market is giving you space to make a thoughtful decision instead of a rush one. All right, take care. You have a great week, a great weekend, a great month, and may 2026 be an amazing year. Bye now. See ya.